Hello guys, it's me from Carlos from the Carlos channel, and today I have a Catholic video today. Today we're gonna go over some top 10 incorrupt bodies of saints. Obviously it's from the meme, but hey, we shouldn't make fun of God, so yeah. Apparently, incorrupt bodies of saints are very rare, pretty much. They were found corrupt, but sometimes throughout the years, they started to decay, so they had to replace it with a wax dummy of it. So today we're gonna go to 10 incorrupt bodies of saints. So let's start. Number 10, Padre Pio. Padre Pio is actually a mystic and a priest. He had visions of hell and heaven. And apparently, people who came up to him and go to his masses, they received miracles. Sadly, he died. He received the stigmata from heaven, pretty much. He was beatified in 1999 and canonized in 2002. His body was found corrupt, but sadly it decayed, so they had to remodel his head. Here is a picture of what he looks like in his funeral. Now people can see his body. Number 9, Saint John Bosco. He was actually an Italian priest who actually went to the world and helped the sick and needy. He also helped them and also spread the word of the Lord and teach his teachings to his prayers. Number 8, Saint Maria Goretti. She was a martyr who dedicated her life to Christ, apparently. But somehow, at the end of her life, a guy murdered her, and she forgave the murderer after his death. She was pretty much became a saint. Her body was found corrupt, but sadly, it started to decay, so they had to replace it with this. There was a miracle reported that pretty much her eyes opened and closed. Number 7, Saint Luigi. He founded the Sisters of Providence of Saint Augustine. I think that's how you pronounce it. He devoted his life to Christ. Apparently, he was canonized in 2001. And apparently, his body was found corrupt and preserved. However, it started to mummify a little bit, but somehow the mummification stopped. So yeah, it's sort of intact. So yeah, it's a very nice thing to honor. You have a devotion to him. Then go to Saint Luigi. But hey, he's not actually Mario's brother at all. So not Luigi for Nintendo, but Saint Luigi. He's amazing. Number 6, Jose Sanchez del Rio. Jose Sanchez del Rio apparently was a Mexican martyr who dedicated his life to Christ and the Blessed Virgin Mary. Apparently, the leader of Los Cristeros, pretty much, which he joined at age 12, his horse got shot by a hunter, so he gave up his horse to the leader and he was captured, taken to a prison, which mostly it was his old church that he was baptized. It turned into an animal pen, and pretty much he completely just murdered all the freaking chickens. Like, literally. He said, the church is not a place for animals, it's a place to pray. And apparently, when he was in jail, he prayed. Apparently, his uncle actually made hosts, so he snuck a sacred host and ate it. Apparently, they cut the soles of his feet. He apparently walked barefoot all the way to his grave and prayed the rosary. Apparently, they tempted him one more time to give up his Christian faith, and he refuses. So pretty much he said, "Viva Cristo Rey! Viva la Virgen de Guadalupe!" In translation, it says, "Hail Jesus Christ the King! Hail Our Lady of Guadalupe!" Suddenly, they shot him once in the back, almost he stabbed him, and then apparently he drew the cross, and then they shot him one more time, and he died. They later recollected his remains. However, I think I should speculate that probably his organs were intact. So they put all his remains inside his wax dummy of his incorrupt body of what he could look like. So here he is. Number 5, Lil Nelly of Holy God. If you don't know who is this Irish 4-year-old, she actually played a role and actually inspired the Pope to lower the age of 7 for communion. Lil Nelly apparently was an Irish girl who had visions of Jesus and Mary. Her mother died of tuberculosis and her father couldn't take their daughters and two sons because he was in the war. Apparently she also got tuberculosis, and mostly she called God Holy God. One time a statue of the infant child Jesus danced for her. Apparently, she wanted to receive Holy God, so they set up her communion on December. However, sadly, on February the 8th, she actually went unconscious and she died at 4 o'clock. When the sisters told her about how he died for us on the cross, Jesus, she said, "Poor holy God, poor holy God." I'm not sure when this photo was taken, but you can speculate this is her incorrupt body. I'm not sure it was taken in the funeral, but here's her grave. Number 4, Saint Bernadette. I don't really know about much of Saint Bernadette, but all I know that she was one of the children who I think met Our Lady of Fatima and devoted herself to Christ. Her body was actually found corrupt that led up to her canonization. However, it did decay, but they actually had to remodel her face with wax. So there she is. Number 3, Carla Acutis. Oh yes, my favorite blessed and my favorite role model. Carla Acutis was a 15-year-old boy who actually dedicated his life to Mary and Jesus and had a great devotion on the Eucharist. He made a website talking about Eucharistic miracles. However, he got leukemia in 2006. He made a video that he wanted to die so he can enter heaven. He died for us and took all his sufferings. And then suddenly in 2006, October 2006, he literally passed away. Many people attended his funeral and he helped the homeless. His body was found corrupt, but apparently not really, because only the organs were fully intact. You look closely to his body, it's not actually that realistic. Well, it does look realistic, but literally there's some features of him that don't look human. So yeah, it's cap. Number 2, Blessed Amilda. Blessed Amilda is actually a blessed, apparently. She was only, I think she was only 12, 13 years old. Apparently she wanted to receive her first communion, but apparently the sisters didn't let her because she wasn't old enough. However, she went to the tabernacle, a host was floating, the sisters were surprised, the bishop picked up the host and gave it to her. After that, she died from love for Christ, apparently. This is her incorrupt body now. A girl who died for love for Christ. Number 1, Saint Victoria. Apparently, I don't really know the story of Saint Victoria, but let me know in the comments. Apparently, all I know is she devoted her life to Christ and she was martyred. However, they found her remains, but she needed a little bit of help, apparently. Mostly, they made her body out of wax. Of course, silly, it's a wax dummy. It's cap. You don't even know what cap means? It means fake. Facts means true. Of course, I'm literally 13, yo. But hey, she's still a good saint anyways. Apparently, you look at her hand, you can see part of her bone. Well, I guess that's all for this video, I guess. Well, time for the outro. So guys, thank you for watching this video. So spread the word of God, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!